Hey guys, Juju22 here, and welcome to Blue Toad Wrestling. I understand that this is not usually when I do things, but um, very quick, very quick backstory. It's about as simple as I intended to do this on Saturday, but considering uh, I'm to help out my church move, like get like to move out and to get the stuff that's in the building out to move to a new building. I was asked to help, so I'm so the thought was that by the time I get out, it'll probably be much too late to do a proper show that I would love to do. So rather than give you nothing, I decided let's just do it tonight and get as much of it as we can done under these circumstances. Because again, I don't know when I'll be back home, and then by the time I do, there's a good chance I might not have enough time to do it at all. So that's kind of the rationale behind this. So let me see who's in the chat. Well, let's see. Also, hey, what's up, Joker? So we have Tomara and Iron Smasher, and of course, the first 6 matches are part of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. And so we have Tomara Tagaya taking on Iron Smasher, Kasumi taking on Speranza, Edward Elvis taking on Damian Richards. Oh, yeah, I heard about the fact that the man behind the character passed away, and I want to send my condolences to him, or rather his family, but mainly to him as well. And also hello to Tenu. Anyway, Edward Elvis and Damian Richards, Crushing Kelly and Vera, Kelly Mavericks and Louis Lemoncaire, 2 members of the House, and of course, Midi and Amethyst Flames. But I will say that even though I never really got to know Hunter McIntyre, I've heard of him, or I've heard of his character, but I never really got to know him that well. Like, I can't say that I'm his close friend. So I may not have the emotional attachment that most people do, but I want to send my condolences and my thoughts to him and his family. So that much I will say. But again, because I have no personal attachment or anything like that, I can't really say anything other than just to wish his family in a I just wish nothing but the best for his family. That much I will say. Okay. And also hello to Jesse Jackhammer. And then of course we have 3 non-tournament matches. One of them is Spike Ryan and Cheyenne and Logan Paul and basically any woman that was desperate for even just the spotlight to team up with Logan Paul. But it's Wendy Chu. Then, of course, we have a triple threat match for the Mushroom Kingdom champion, as Azrael Black defends against a former champion in Jose Blanco and the current Intercontinental champion who won a Rumble match last time to get this opportunity. And we'll find out if Clinton becomes a double champ when all is said and done. And then, of course, the main event is Jen Wolverine and Liliana Lancaster. And if time permits, we will do some bonus matches. But that's for the time that we are permitted to do. Also, Brandon, I'm happy to say that your match is 7th on the card, my friend. And also, hello to Dakota and Lala-chan. It's great to see you guys. All right, so without all that said, let's just get right into the show before it takes too long. So let's do it. For Tomarata Gaya and Iron Smasher to start off with. And also, hello, AJ. And I understand you probably didn't know we were going to do a show. Like, really, like, once it was clear that that the church that I go to needed my help, and given that I wasn't sure, like, there's no precedent to know of how long that was going to help, that sort of help. How do I put this? I don't know how long it's going to take for me from the time it starts to the time it ends. God only knows how long it's going to last. So I was like, I may as well do this now while I have the chance. So let's do that. Anyway, You've been working on a live action project. Well, that's nice though. Not a problem, Joshua. But of course, you didn't have to be that demonstrative about it. But well, then again, I could always be demonstrative about a lot of things. But anyway, great to see you there, AJ. But I'm sorry if you were taken aback by this. But but this is just the best out of a bunch of bad options, though. But what could I say? That's a good matchup. Let me put. Oh no, wait. I already have your name down. Same thing with Spike Ryan. But anyway, let's get right to it. But yeah, basically just plans changing on me to the point where I'm like, I had no other choice but to do this, so we'll do that. Anyway, let me just let Domara know through his father-in-law and Iron Smasher himself that they are up next. So let me get them. And then same thing for Iron Smasher. Okay, got that. Let me check on the chat there. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Carlos. Okay, cool. Just making sure that the um, game audio was heard. I suppose you could say. But also let me know when the pitcher starts to crack out or anything like that. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me look at the bracket really quickly. But I think if I remember correctly, you won, but well, you won your first match, but let me check once again. Well, actually, yes. As a matter of fact, you did win your first round matchup. It was against Sonic McCracken. But right now, we're just going through all the rest of the round one matchups. So if anything, you have the night off, my friend. At least as far as the tournament is concerned. But let me see where's. But I do have you on the list of as far as bonus matches are concerned. So I got you there. Also, so we have Tomorat Tagaya, a former world champion, Blue Toad Wrestling world champion, and not to mention a champion, if not top contender, in most other feds, including CRW and BMWF. But I give you Iron Smasher, the up up down down champion. Now, Iron Smasher has done well, but this will be his first real competition in terms of stiff competition that he's had. I mean, of course, he's been in a couple of Rumble matches and he's done well, but there's a profound difference in a one-on-one fight as opposed to a multi-man fight. Oh, nice judo throw, though, onto Tomara, but then Tomara got the knees up. Oh, nice power bomb. Nice anticipation. I don't. But then, of course, when it comes to Tomara, he's studied his opponents, but I don't think he'll have as much um, homework to do as far as Iron Smasher, given that Iron Smasher had been away for so long that there really was not a lot of footage, and any footage there was, this was, more than 4 or 5 years ago since the last time that we saw him prior to his return. Or I'm sorry, 3 years, but still. And now Iron Smasher fighting back. Okay, let me just make sure. I'm just looking at my stream, and it looks good. All right, cool. Back to the match. And Tomura rolls out. And this is contested under normal match rules, so of course these two better are to watch out for the count. Oh, nice power bomb onto Iron Smasher. But I am looking forward to tomorrow, and of course we saw AJ in the chat, and if AJ wants to share it, he's more than welcome to share it. All right, well now both men get back in, and also welcome Alicia. How are you? And let me see, do I have Alicia? Oh yeah, let me put Alicia back on the list again. But I am happy to say that I did pair you up with Madison Maddie Sabin. But aside from that, I hope you're feeling, or I hope you are doing well, my friend. Yep. Ooh, nice drop. Nice drop kick, and in such a definitive way, but nope, not that time. Anyway, nice nice crossbody into a splash, though. You're hanging in there. Well, I'm hopeful that it's nothing too serious. Oh, hey, what's up, Arkham 500? I am happy to say that some of your guys are featured on tonight's show. And as that happens, we have an upset, ladies and gentlemen. We have a submission victory for Iron Smasher. I was not expecting this. That is definitely an upset given that Tomura is a former world champion. And he's already out. Yeah, this is definitely an upset. Even though Iron Smasher was, ranked higher, Tomura had the experience to make me believe that, yeah, the seeding number wouldn't have mattered as much because of the seeding, but in this case, Iron Smasher did it. And that was a 3-star match. But Iron Smasher, for his efforts, is going to be the one to face off against Leon Young in round 2. All right, let me see. Am I booked on the main card? Oh, no, I do not have Wesley Turtle, if only just because I haven't seen him in a billion years. And also, hey, what's... Oh, and I'll get to Alicia's question in a minute, but also great to see Wally. But no, I don't have you on the main card, but I can still put you in a bonus match, my friend. Well, I thought about doing this, but then I was like, well, oh man. But then again, there's only so many matches I could put on, but But well, it's something I will consider for another time. But I'm so sorry about that. I mean, you're a booker. You know how this works. Like, you have something planned out, and there's only so many matches you can work with. Um, but I will see what I can do for another show, for another time. But the next match will feature our good friend. Yep, absolutely. Bonus. Yeah, absolutely, Wally. Wait. Or all right. I'll put your name on the list, but but yeah, most likely by the time we get to you, you'll be ready for the next show. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Mitty? Anyway, let's get right to it. So we have one of Dragonheart's girls, his one of his daughters, and then of course there's Mabu Speranza Danti. So now we go over to the Queen of the Ring, and by the same token, I am going to share this with Dragonheart. But you know what? But I will say this though, Alicia, if you have an idea for a match, I could probably or not probably, I'm more likely to feature you on the show. Uh, that way I can build it up and everything. Just a thought. But of course, as you know, Dragonheart's girls are a reflection of the man himself. And then of course you have Speranza, who of course is her own woman, really. And I think, oh, that's right, he's probably asleep. But well, in any event, we'll move on. Oh, of course. If you have an idea, you are more than welcome to message me, and then I'll respond as soon as I can or once I'm available to do so. Provided I don't fall asleep or if. But I look forward to what sort of idea that you have. And while that's happening, we have Kasumi. Now we saw her sister advance in the previous show. I always hate it when it does that. Of course, you guys can't see, but it's just anyway. So of course, last round, Kasumi had beaten Patty Chase, and now is facing off against Speranza. And then of course the show before that, Dragonheart ended up losing to Midi. So it's only fitting that Midi ended up avenging her mom, as it was Kasumi who eliminated Patty from the tournament legally, of course. But now, of course, we have my boo Speranza. And of course, she is known for playing a number of head games with her opponents, but when has she never done that? Okay, so this is under no holds barred rules, so these two can fight outside all they want, and they can use whatever they want to use to get the win, but to get it, it has to be in the ring by pinfall or by submission. And pinfall, of course, is by pinning your opponent's shoulders to the mat for the count of 3, or by making your opponent submit. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I'll read it, but not out loud though. I'll just read it. Hmm. That's not a bad idea. That's all I will say. I don't want to say too much, but that's not a bad idea. All right. I I'll have to now I did put you guys together, so I'll have to look and see who we have, but yeah, of course. I do like the idea there, Alicia, is what I'm getting at. Oh, well then sent right back inside the ring. If anything, the ring is probably the safest place, considering how dangerous it is outside. Then a neck breaker by Speranza. And of course, Speranza is showing us those 12-inch, or no wait, yeah, 12-inch pythons, brother. Oh, I'm sorry, 15-inch pythons, but still. Oh, nice jumping kick, jumping knee kick, I should say. Excuse me. And then, oh, a modified Michinoku driver. And then Speranza. Well, I guess she was trying to pull her away from the ropes, but I guess it's kind of a habit thinking it was a normal match. But, uh-oh, now we got some wood. And not that kind of wood, people. Nice jumping kick right to the head. And let me make sure the... Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you guys could hear me. Yeah, absolutely, Tenu. And, well, of course, being that the support for this game will end on the 31st of March, uh, basically what I'm going to do is once the game comes out, like I'll pre-order it and everything, but once the game comes out, I'll be busy behind the scenes working on the on the characters. Of course, some of you guys will probably get the game too. Uh, so of course the characters I have to make are the ones that, of course, people don't either don't have the game uh, or they don't have the system or anything like that. I'll make the characters, and I'll try to make them as best as I can possibly make them, given the circumstances, of course. But of course, for those who are going to get the game, I will look forward to when you do get it and everything. Oh, absolutely, and I understand that for some it I mean, I also understand that, you know, my good friend Arkham, like, he was of the mindset of not wanting to get like the games every year, given how long it takes to set up, and then by the time you set up, it's like it's already done. So we've come to the recognition that maybe we should do this every 2 years, in terms of. Now, I can understand if you have 2K25 and you're getting more of that game on. I completely understand. I totally understand. Okay. That sounds good there, Brandon. It was just really the transition from a PS4 to a PS5 that, you know, by the fact that the PS5, or sorry, that 2K25 wasn't going to work the same way as 2K24 did, and that was kind of my sign of I got to get a new system. And that was so that's why, you know, last year was kind of an anomaly, really. Nice super gut buster though. And oh yeah, and that's another thing. I would hate for it to crash to a point where I can't even use it. So yeah, I could see that being an issue, and it's like I'm so sorry that you guys had to go through that, and really I would probably be at the end of my rope if that was the case, really. Well, I wouldn't be so doom and gloom about it, Tenu. But I mean, obviously they got to get their act together. But still, and 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 I understand AJ, and I mean, again, I've never gotten to a point where I had to call the cops on somebody. But I'm hopeful. I mean, of course, I don't know said people, so I can't say if this is a good idea. But I'm just hopeful that whatever you decide to do, that I really don't know. All I will say is just yeah, exactly. It's hard for them to find parts. Wait, find parts? Not sure. Not sure what that is meaning to, but anyway, there you see Speranza. Oh, for Ram? Oh, well, well, of course that should go without saying. Anyway, 3.5 star match for Speranza off of a pinfall victory. Okay. All right, so Speranza oh, is the first to advance to round three, and we'll find out who she'll face off against when we get to that point. But anyway, we now go back to the King of the Ring. I mean, if okay, I'm not I can't like as far as AJ's situation is like as much as I would like to you know get those trolls to stop. It's like really the only way you stop the trolls is if you stop feeding them. Like don't give them any sort of attention. Just you have to stop giving a shit, really. I'm sorry if I had to say it, but you gotta like basically the day that you stop giving a shit, that's the day that they stop bullying you is because you do give a shit. It's like, well, look, they just keep feeding off of it, AJ. I'm sorry if I had to say it, but that's really the only reason they keep doing it is because they just get something out of you, and but if they don't get anything out of you, then they stop. It's about as simple and plain as I can make it. But anyway, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying this to be practical. It's like now I will say now obviously if you feel that that's the only way you can deal with them, do what you need to do. But just know that it's very hard to find them, especially given that you might not know who that person exactly is. And by the time you do find out, you're probably 85 years old by the time you actually do find them. I would hate for you to waste your whole life trying to find that person and never find them. That's just so it's like I can hate somebody all I want, but it doesn't change the fact that that person only just cares about getting attention and that's it. But if you give them that, they'll just keep feeding on it. And I understand it's difficult. I understand you want to defend yourself, but now of course if they can track them, great. Then do what you need to do. That's really all I have to say about that. Okay. So, all right. So I've already contacted Tomara, the Gaia, who, of course, or rather through his father-in-law, and of course, and but by the same token, the same guy is also a friend or the mentor to Damian Richards, Atticus Black, and of course Arkham. I'm not sure if Arkham is still here, but his boys are still in. Well, I imagine he's probably watching this. Also, hey, what's up, Princess? Ash Princess. On to the match. But yeah, I don't say that to be mean. I'm just saying that it's like now, of course, if like I said, if or rather as Mitty said, excuse me, if you can find the IP of that person that it falls under, then great. Then if you can track them, find them. Great. But I also understand if that you must do what you must do. Then again, I probably would be doing the same thing if it was really that bad. I'm just sorry that it had to be that way. And as that happens, here is Edward Elvis and Damian Richards coming up. Good drink though. All right. Oh, all right. Well, of course, not everybody's here, so that we have Patty, Damian, Shelley, Jose, Blaze, Kelly, Lissa, Carlos, Joshua, although Joshua left, Chun Li, and Mai, who are Arkham's girls, and then you have Diamond Sky, Violet, Jesse Jackhammer, Cheyenne, Tomara, Amy Rose, Tenu, Spike Ryan, Primetime Sean Sanders, and then you. Well, you're right after your mother Sky, and yes, you are on the list. So anyway, there you see the executioner, Edward Elvis. It's too bad we. It's too bad you can't make your own. You could make your own Titantron, although I guess maybe you could in the later installments. But it's. But I wish you could do it in such a way that even if it looks ghetto style, it would be much better than having to just settle for what you have. But nonetheless, though, welcome into the arena, the leader of Desolation, the Dragon Prince himself, Damian Richards. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Alicia. But again, that's the only problem. Like when you have so many people ahead of you, it's like the likelihood that you'll get there. It's like, oh, I hate that. But I hate it because sometimes people don't show up, and then other times it's like everybody wants to be on the list, and I'm just trying to be fair. But I'm happy that. But who knows? By the time we get to the next show, you'll be more closer to it. But still, I understand the heaviness of having to wait, so it's understandable. You can make a video with the logo to match their character. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that, Alicia. It's just that I've dealt in the past I've dealt with people that are far less understanding or far more volatile. But I'm thankful that you do know, and I appreciate it. I really do. You know, but by all means, you're more than welcome to enjoy the rest of the show, or if you need to take care of something, by all means, do take care of it. And as that happens, Edward Elvis is going to use uh, ground and pound and wear down moves, especially given that the worst thing he could do is try to get into a striking battle with Damian Richards. Oh, you could? Well, teach me how to make a Titantron. Hmm. Now, of course, I'm not sure how it's. Well, I've never tried it. I mean, I'll try it out, but of course, even that can take. Especially if I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that if, well, I've never done it before, or I've rarely done it to a point where it may as well have been as if I've never done it. But I'll give it I'll give it a chance though. But that's all I'm gonna do. Anyway, uh, Edward Elvis looking to get right back in, only to get hot shot right back out. But I appreciate it nonetheless, though, Alicia. Oh wow, what a missile drop kick, though. You got Boomer laying next to me in a creative project and your crosshairs. Well, I appreciate that, Mitty. I'm just a little apprehensive, as if you couldn't tell, but I'm willing to give it a shot, if nothing else. Anyway, then a pin 1, 2. Ooh, almost got it though. It does take a while, but once you get the hang of it, it gets easier. Hmm. That's something I could possibly try by the time we get to the next installment. And as that happens, now going for an inverted figure 4. Oh, but I, I'm not sure if he turned it loose or if Edward was able to power out, but whatever the case, Edward got out. Then a back body drop. Of course, before then, Damian Richards missed a moonsault. Okay. It's something I'll have to try then. Oh, yeah, you could do that as well. That would work as well, because I would hate for you to have to take time out of your busy day just to teach me how to do it. But hey, I can definitely I definitely learn a lot better when watching a video and going off of that. I was always a visual learner rather than a reader. Not to say I was a degenerate or anything, but I always did better when watching a film or something. And as that happens, a couple of shoulder tackles right to oh, nice code breaker though out of nowhere. I appreciate that, Alicia. 1, 2, no. I mean, of course, you have the leader of Desolation, as well as the leader of Inquisition. Although, unfortunately, Edward Elvis has just been executed. Well, from the tournament, that is, by Damian Richards. And Damian, of course, got busted open, but for him, it's just another Saturday night. Oh, not a problem, Alicia. Okay. So for so for Damian Richards, for his efforts in a 3-star match, he now gets to take on Mike Wasson in the second round. I'll be interested to see what he does, but of course, if the battle between Anarchy and Chaos Enterprises and Desolation are anything to go off of, this war will have another chapter to it. Okay, so now we go back to the Queen of the. Uh-oh. Well, okay. Well, thankfully this game in terms of recording does not rely on network connectivity. I can't talk. But one thing I will say is that the next match will feature crushing Kelly Black and Vera. I imagine, and usually wherever AJ is usually wherever Violet and Vera and the other family members are, You know, usually wherever AJ is, that's where his nieces are and other family members. But let me just get Kelly. So of course, let me get the tournament bracket here. So as mentioned, around for the women, and right now we have the number 1 seed Vera against a former Blue Toad Wrestling world champion and a world champion in a few other promotions, or in several other promotions, I should say. Excuse me, Crushing Kelly. Let me catch up on the chat. All right, all right, nice. Okay, let me get Miss Crushing Kelly. And I got to make sure I the current one and not the hacked doppelganger. Okay. And welcome back, Alicia. You're just in time to see the next Queen of the Ring match, and that is Crushing Kelly Black and Vera. Let me just remind AJ just in case.
The following champion versus champion contest is an extreme
Just in case.
match. Make her way to the ring, representing the Empire of Pain from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One half of the NXT
And I know, and I understand that Atticus is also live.
one half
So if you want to check out Atticus's show, you are more than welcome to. But of course, most of the viewers that watch this have seen his show. Okay. That's fair play there, Mr. Cornwell. All right, I'm going to watch the video and I will take notes of how that works and see how it can apply to when I get to K26. I will definitely learn as much as I can and maybe even see what new features it comes with, because you never know. You never know. Oh, what? Oh, I hate when that happens.
and representing the Lucha Dragons from Dallas, Texas. The WWE
Oh, I
Women's
hate when that happens.
Champion and the
All right, let me just check to see how it's holding up. Okay. I had to mute the. I always hate it when it overloads like that. It's so annoying, really. So I can't say it's my internet. It's just, well, unfortunately the strength of my capture card now. And I've done everything I could to improve it. So I just I can't understand why it's acting like that. All right, but is it still doing that, or did it approve, or improve? I should say. I can't talk. Oh gosh. Okay. Looks like it's not improving all that much. All right. If I have to silence the audio of the game, so be it. But as long as it runs smoothly, that's what I'm more concerned about. But yes, let me know if it handled itself. What the? Okay, I was so busy adjusting the screen, I didn't realize that Vera was just doing the shake, 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 shake onto Kelly's face in the corner. I didn't even see that until I saw the replay of it. I'm like, Vera, 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 you nasty little girl. I'm like, Vera, where'd you learn that? Well, of course, I imagine Crushing Kelly was not too happy with getting a face full of backside. But then a stunner by Vera, and then a Texas stunner or the Fairy Princess stunner. I'm not sure what Vera calls it. I just know that when AJ does it, it is the Texas stunner. Okay. Okay. At least it's. But yes, hopefully the video quality has improved now, even if you can't really hear the game. Oh, and then throws the can right to Kelly. And now Vera looking to finish off Kelly. Can she do it? No. Kelly anticipated it, but then gets caught. Well, but manages to power out anyway. One, two. Oh, and I hate it when it slows down like that. Come on. Come on, OBS. Just work with me, damn it. I just want it to work. Is it that difficult to do? Okay. Not a problem, Alicia. I'm sorry that we had to do it late, but it is what it is. But anyway, not a problem, Alicia. Thank you for coming in. I'm, but I hope it wasn't anything I said. One, two, no. Oh yeah, the hidden blade move. Yeah, but now Vera now makes her way over to Kelly, and now Kelly brings out a table, but was unable to use it though. Oh yeah, I mean of course it is almost going to be 4:10:40, or it's almost going to be 11 really, but understandable. And then a diving tornadoes DDT on the floor. But nonetheless, though, thank you for coming in there, Alicia. And but anyway, I'm not sure if AJ's watching this right now, but if he is, I wanted to mention something, but I didn't want to like mention it until I got the okay from Mr. AJ if he's here. Yeah, he is a nice guy, especially when he had a conversation with one of his heroes, Toshiaki Kawada, who was one of the four pillars of all Japan in the 1990s. Mm, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It has its perks, but it also has its drawbacks. Yeah. And now Kelly using the hammer, but Vera Vera refusing to quit. I sound like I got peanut butter in my mouth. Darn it. Anyway, getting hit with that kendo stick, and then and then Vera throws the kendo stick right at Kelly, but then Kelly grabs a hold of Vera and now throws her right in. Not a problem. Thank you for coming in, Alicia, and have a good night, my friend. And now Kelly, nope, gets caught with a spin kick. Now a series of kicks that do a lot, although Kelly with the silver bullet. Peanut butter. One, two. You know how if you eat too much peanut butter, it just makes it sound like you're mumbling, even though you're trying to say something. And now, now it's Vera that's in trouble. Vera, then gets struck with the super kick, especially with those heels and a pin. One, two, and that's it. I gotta say, Crushing Kelly was able to overcome Vera. And I mean, of course, if anyone could beat Vera, especially at this stage in her career, it had to be somebody as experienced and as talented as Crushing Kelly. Although I don't think Vera's going to be too upset given that she lost to someone she considers an aunt in her own right, and that's Crushing Kelly Black. Or who am I kidding? She is an aunt to Vera, is Crushing Kelly. But as it is, she moves on to the third round, and that was a 5-star match. Great match between Vera and Crushing Kelly. But we go from one Kelly to the other, and now it's time for the house to explode. Although, really, this was unintentional given the seating and everything, but it just so happened to be this way. And let me just get uh, the King of the Ring bracket, but we now have the house taking each other on. So, oh, now, of course, there were several other people that were streaming, but of course, I had no idea that they were going to stream. But then again, to be fair, I don't think anybody else was knew I was going to stream. Heck, even I didn't know I was going to stream until last night when I found out what the plan was to. So for those who are just coming in, I found out that I was going to have to help with um, getting the belongings out of the old church building into a moving unit so that we can move it to our new building. Um, and of course, I was asked to help with that. I mean, it's not like we could afford to get a lot of help. We just have to help. That's all we have to do. But because of that, I don't know how long that's going to take. And then by the time we get home, or I get home, it may be too late. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get this out of the way tonight. So that's how this show came to be. All right, so it looks like or not Brandon Cuevas, well, Brandon Cornwell, excuse me, wants anybody but Mavericks to win, but yet they're part of the same team, which is hilarious if you ask me. Okay. Oh yeah, let me. I'll share this with Triple Beat just because his guy is in there. His guy is in there, and So up first is another former world champion. Of course, he was champion before and during his time with the house. I give you the California Kid, Kelly Mavericks. And then just in case Arkham didn't know, I guess I'll let him know. Okay, there we go. Okay, hopefully this will work. And do let me know if it starts to crack out. Otherwise, I'll just turn off the audio of the game for good, if only just to keep a clear picture. So of course we go from Kelly Mavericks to Louis Levanquer. It's just so, it's unbelievable the luck of the draw led to this. I mean, like at some point you had to think that, you know, friends were going to fight friends, or teammates would fight teammates, and it just so happened that it happened to be the case. And it happened to the house. On one hand, on one hand, it does mean that one of them gets to move on. But on the other hand, it means that the other will be out. So something's got to give here. Yeah, it would be explained a lot more by Atticus, really. But all I will say is that it started. Just know that it started with Mr. and Mrs. Utaker, because without them, the family tree is it doesn't even become anything. It's nothing. But it all started with, you know, their oldest son or their oldest child, Paul, and it just worked from there. And then every subsequent Utaker, I like was either born from um, the children of the original Mr. and Mrs. Utaker, or in the case of Violet, married into the family. And well, it looks like both guys had the same idea, but they missed. Okay, cool. But yeah, just let me know if the video starts to crack out. Anyway, back to the match. Misses the elbow drop. And then Kelly sent over the top rope. And this is a normal match, though, so it's under normal match rules. Then a kick to the back. I mean, of course, given that these two don't really have any beef with each other, it's just they know one of them has to move on. I'll be interested to see which one is going to double cross whom, if anybody double crosses anybody. And they each go for a move, but they both missed. Nice takedown there by Louis Levanquer, a former Mushroom Kingdom champion. And of course, I imagine he's going to look to try to get that championship back, and we will see that championship defended. And that the only reason he's not going after it is because, well, his tournament match was up, and then decided, you know what, I'll wait until the next time it's defended that I'll go in, and I was fine with that, especially as the booker. Nice dragon suplex onto Kelly Mavericks, or Kelly the Dude as we call him sometimes. A gut wrench suplex, and another one, and another one. And then, wow, what a dive, though, on to Kelly Mavericks by Louis. And a forearm shot there to Louis Levanquer. And wow. And also that move that he just did, that that inverted facebuster like move, he calls that the wipeout. So he hits the wipeout on the floor, although throws him right back inside the ring. Although Kelly, get back in the ring yourself or you're going to get counted out, my friend. Oh, but then gets... Oh, he's got him up for... What's he going to do? Whoa! Nice Widow's Peak into a flatliner. Oh, he calls that the tidal wave. Well, he hits the tidal wave, but not enough for the win. Not yet. Okay. Anyway, nice moonsault from off the top rope. And now pulling on the hamstrings. And then returns the favor in kicking the back of Louis Levanquer. I mean, seriously, if these guys would do this to each other, can you imagine what they would do to their enemies, man? Wipes his feet and then just ends up kicking him right in the face. And then punched off the apron was Kelly Mavericks. Ooh, stomped right onto the arm. And now goes for, ooh, a brainbuster to the knee. And now look at this. Look at Louis. He's getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. But then he goes outside again, and that resets the count. But now what's Louis going to do? And now Louis going for... I got to come up with a name for this move. Yeah, I got to come up with a name for the move or come up with something else. But, oh no, wait. I thought for a moment he was going to take the count out victory, but I guess he doesn't want to cheat his friend. But then not Crushing Kelly. Kelly Mavericks comes right back in. Off the ropes. Oh, and a rake in the eyes. Then sends Louis into the corner. A forearm smash, and then a curb stomp. I guess he definitely took a page out of Seth Rollins' book, and it was enough to win. As Kelly Mavericks has beaten his teammate and best friend, but one of them had to move on, and it was Kelly Mavericks. And for Kelly Mavericks' efforts, he now gets to face off against, in the second round, Jesse Jackhammer. So Jesse Jackhammer will be facing off against Kelly Mavericks in the second round. And I hope everyone's doing well. Oh, shoot. Okay. I know it is. Okay. All right, let me make sure that the video's still going strong. Okay. I apologize for the delays, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me maybe I should turn off my heater now that it's sufficiently heated. Perhaps sometimes that tends to happen, like if I have my heater on. So I'll turn off the audio from the game for now until it settles. But anyway, well, I don't doubt that, Tenu. Okay, but I still hate how inconsistent my OBS has been. And before then, it wasn't always a problem, but apparently, but I guess it must be a problem now. I don't know why it does that. But anyway, up next we have Mitty the Imp herself, Queen Mitty, as she gets to go one-on-one with Amethyst Flames. So we have a first-time matchup between these two. And while that's happening, let me reach out to Miss Flames here. Okay, got that. Yep, that's you, Mitty. You're up, my friend. So yes, we now move on to the last of the tournament matches for tonight, at least. And introducing first, we have the record 10-time Blue Toad Wrestling World Champion, the women's world champion, and currently the Intercontinental Champion, the Queen of Lanale, Mitty. Now, of course, Mitty in the previous round, Mitty defeated Dragonheart RX. Well, now she'll take on Amethyst Flames. Now, even though Flames has the higher seed, it doesn't negate the fact that Mitty will be the toughest to beat in this tournament. So we'll find out how she does against the 10-time champion. But I give you Amethyst Flames. And also, not to mention, a good friend of AJ's as well. And of course, she's loosely based on Blaze the Cat, hence why she has a cat tail. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to. No, there we go. I forgot to send this to Miss Flames there. Okay, let me make sure that the. Oh, I still hate how. Okay, this is so. Can I please get this damn thing to work? Is it too difficult to do? Oh, now going for the pin. One, no. One of these days, I have to figure out how to. It's too bad I don't have access to my. It's too bad that my you know PS5 doesn't have access to my YouTube channel, mainly because that was attached to my old email account. Well, my PS4 was, and by extension my PSN there. So that's kind of why it is what it is. How long is both tournaments? As long as it takes a Tenu. That's one thing you never ask is how long is tournaments because you never know. You never know. Partly because, well, I don't get to do these streams all that often, and plus I don't get all the free time I used to have. It's really just dependent on how many people are in it. It's not that it's it's not like, oh yeah, it's gonna take 2 days to do, or it's gonna take 2 weeks to do. I don't have a definitive answer, Tenu. If I did, I'd have told you. So that's all I will say. So no, it's not the same account for my PS4 MIDI. But yes, Tenu. If I had a definitive answer, I'd have told you, but I don't. So we'll just leave it at that. I understand you were curious, but still, I really don't know. If I'm being truthfully honest with you. Anyway, back to the match though, and no, I thought for a moment Flames was going to go for a neck breaker, but decides to go for a forearm shot, then a reverse DDT. Okay, at least the pitcher's fine. Okay, thank goodness. Is there a reason? It's simple. I just said it. Like my old PSN account on my PS4 is attached to my old email, and I tried in vain to change it to my current one, but my old email, well, let's just say somebody gained access to it, and I haven't been able to gain access to that account. Well, my old email, that is. So yes, I had to make a whole new account for my PS5 just because of that. And like I said, I tried to change it. I really did, but I just couldn't. Just because of the stupid games that, PlayStation plays. Like, I get it. You're too lazy. Just say that you're too lazy, but no. I just wish they were much more helpful than they ended up being. But it's like, you know what? It's the best out of a bunch of bad options. That's all I will tell you. I apologize for ranting, but that's about as much as I can get it. And I mean, I don't blame you for not knowing, but still, that's where I was getting at, though. But really, though, if I had to give you an honest answer in terms of how long would I want the tournaments to last, I would say I would say maybe a month after the newest game comes out, so that by then I'll have all the things ready and taken care of. By the time we start, 2K26, that's the plan, but whether that happens or not, that's another story. One, two, no. And while I was so busy talking about the situation and everything, oh, but then gets caught with a oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. The code breaker, that's it. But it was not enough, not that time. Anyway, nice back elbow. And then a backbreaker onto Flames, and another one. Also, thank you for the hearts. And then a leg drop. and from that sort of height too, there 1-2, and that's it. Well, Mitty was able to take out Amethyst Flames and continue into the third round. Well, Mitty, of course, manages to move on into the third round. Well, I'll be interested to see who she faces, but she makes it to the third round. So 3.5 stars. But now we go from the tournaments to outside of the tournament. And of course, this match was not even originally supposed to be on. I was going to do a mixed tag team match. But given that Brandon had a birthday not that long ago, I was like, well, the least I can do is do something for him. And he wanted to get his hands on Logan and to an extent Cheyenne. And then, of course, Logan Paul ended up finding a partner in Wendy Chu. And of course, Wendy did it mainly just to get on the show, given that she hadn't really had any sort of appearances. So this was kind of her way of getting on television. Let me guess, is the troll continuing to haunt you again? Although, although, although for all I know, I don't know how. I'm not sure what's going on with AJ. I'm hopeful that whatever it is that this will subside, and and I understand this is not. I understand that you know that anytime you go through bad times, it's never a good thing. But just know that it doesn't last forever. All I will say is that as bad as it is, this can only make you stronger. Because I've been through some bad times myself, and trust, there were times I didn't feel like I was. There were times I felt like trash, really. But but I had a really good support system in my family, and of course with God, and well, mostly with God, and then my family, and then uh, friends and family. But just know that you have us, AJ. I don't want you to think that you're by yourself, because you're not. But also know that there are other people that are in much worse cases than you, my friend. And like I said, I understand that this is not a good time, and I recognize that. All you can do really is just do what you need to do. That's all I can tell you. You're pissed after TNA tonight. Oh, now what do they do now? Anyway, so of course we have Spike Ryan, and as mentioned before, he celebrated his birthday. So during the last match, he was getting ready, as was his girl, and that would be Cheyenne. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, cool. Just making sure that that the video is running smoothly, thankfully. Also, hey, what's up, Sly Cooper? The famous Sly Cooper is here, and Carmelita. There's a difference between Cheyenne and Eddie Edwards. Well, yeah, because well, one's a dude and one's a lady. I mean, what more of a difference do you need? Oh, that yeah, you can trust Cheyenne. Yeah, absolutely. Although that's not really a secret, given that Eddie Edwards has done some very shady things. I can tell you that. But as shady as he is, this guy's on another level. Now, of course, now this man got his butt handed to him by Violet, or rather or rather her man, Lucian, in the last show. And given how last minute this was, I imagine Logan was kind of happy and kind of not. On the one hand, he was happy that he's getting more money, but maybe not so much happy with the fact that he has another guy to have to contend with, and that's uh, Spike Ryan. And then, of course, you have Wendy Chu making her first ever appearance, or at least as far as I understand it. And she has a pillow and a coffee. Of course, Wendy Chu has changed a lot from this appearance in to her later appearances on television IRL. With the Vision and Logan's a guilty by association. Yeah, I could see that. Well, I credit Logan. He's not running away. Match underway. So we have a knife edge chop, and now he's trying to take out his legs, and then a headbutt and a couple of right hands, and then a stomp right to the stomach. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Howdy, Ricky. Anyway, a couple of kicks right to the sternum, and then one right to the head of Spike Ryan, and then nice counter there by Ryan. But welcome to the land of the Blue Toad. Blue Toad Wrestling, my friend. Then a tag right to Cheyenne, and now the women get to fight. But then Wendy Chu with a Samoan drop, even though she's not Samoan. Then a jumping elbow drop. Oh, then an arm breaker. Off the ropes again, and then another elbow drop. Oh, now reversed by Cheyenne and a chop of her own. And then a DDT. Ooh, and a drop kick with those heels. But then decides to tag in Spike Ryan. But then Spike Ryan sent into a neutral corner and then a clothesline. Oh, and a moonsault that is missed mainly because Spike Ryan got out of the way, and then another clothesline to follow it up. Will that do it? One? Nope. Uh-oh. And the curb stomp. A curb stomp, that might do it. One, two, And Wendy 2 just stood there and did nothing. I don't know why she didn't like try to break that up. I mean, she was right there. Or do you suppose she wanted the easy payday or something? I don't know. But whatever the case, Spike Ryan does get the pin on on Logan Paul. Yeah, that was quick. But hey, I'll take that. I'll take it. And that was a two-star match, but then again, we didn't have that was not much of a match really, but then again, I imagine I mean then again nobody got seriously hurt, so you'll always take that. Hopefully we'll get a word from Spike Ryan in a moment. But as that happens, we now get to the first of our two championship matches. We have Azriel Black, that would be the individual on the far right, defending the Mushroom Kingdom Championship against, well, on one hand, oh, okay, well, it got shifted. Anyway, so the man on the far right is the champion, Azriel Black. And of course, he is defending against a former champion, Jose Blanco, the man in the middle, and the current Blue Toad Wrestling Intercontinental Champion, Clinton. So we'll find out if Clinton can become a double champ, or if Jose can bring it home for the house, or if Azriel Black will remain as the Mushroom Kingdom champion. So with that, let me just get the parties involved. Let me just get Mr. Jose Blanco. And then same thing with Crimson Ninja, Azriel Black. This is a good time for you guys to go get some snacks and stuff like that. Okay. And then I'll get me, and then I'll also get Clinton as well. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. Oh, so he wants to fight the Vision one at a time. Oh, so that's why he wanted Jake Paul. Okay, or or rather his brother Logan. All right. So now introducing first, we have, as mentioned before, a former Mushroom Kingdom champion, the leader of the house, Jose Blanco. Now this match will be contested under traditional triple threat rules in the sense of it's only one fall, sudden death, in the sense of it's a one fall match. It's not elimination style, and the champion doesn't even need to be pinned to lose the title. So so to say the champion is at a disadvantage would be a massive understatement. Well, of course, Clinton is a double champion. I mean, of course, he's the ECW champion and the Blue Toad Wrestling Intercontinental champion, but he would love to add another piece of gold to his mantle. And of course, Clinton is no stranger to gold. So we'll find out if he becomes a triple champion. And then, of course, the Mushroom Kingdom champion himself, Azrael Black. So it's fair to say that this man is one championship away from being a 5-star champion in becoming the world champion because he's already won. He's currently the Mushroom Kingdom champion. He's a former Four Kings champion, a tag team champion, and he also won the Undisputed Championship back when that championship was a major title. So in other words, that still counts. So that only leaves him the world champion chip for him to become a 5-star champion. Of course, the latest entry in the 5-star champion club is, of course, our boy AJ. But as you can see, we have the leader of Anarchy and Chaos Enterprises. Then, of course, you have the Intercontinental Champion in Clinton as part of Desolation and the leader of the house. So you have three members of three different factions that have been fighting each other and anyone else that gets in their way. And while the last couple of matches have been back and forth, except for the last match that we just had, this one is going to be a battle, folks. It's going to come down to timing, and it's going to come down to timing and just yeah, it's going to come down to timing, really. Match underway. Timing and precision is what I was trying to say. But nonetheless, though, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay. And then, oh, brainbuster to the knee. There we go. And then uh, Jose fighting off Azrael, and then a reverse DDT onto Clinton. And it looks like the two leaders are fighting, well, are trying to take out Clinton before they go at each other. And true to form, that's exactly what they do. But then Clinton, who who even though he's not the leader of Desolation, doesn't really like to play second fiddle to anybody, really. But then a running knee and then a pin on Jose. One, two. Oh, that would have been something if that was it, but no, it wasn't. And now Clinton about to get something completely legal in this match. Oh, then we have the Sister Abigail, or I'm not sure what Jose calls it. I'm pretty certain he has a proper name for it. I'm just not thinking of it right now. Okay, cool. Anyway, and now Clinton sends Jose in the ropes. Nice leapfrog. And then a running clothesline on Jose. And as that happens, Azrael brings in another kendo stick. Oh, then drops Clinton. But then Jose fights off Azrael. And then, ooh, clothesline right to Jose. And hey, what's up, Blizzy Snowy? Or Blizzard the Wolf? How are you, man? One? So anyway, how's the wolf doing, my friend? And now Jose getting a kendo stick and now using it. Completely legal, though. It's cooking good looking. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, and Jose breaks the stick over Azrael's head, only to get speared by Clinton, and then Clinton kicks Jose in the head. Like the fella once said, "Ain't that a kick in the head?" But then Clinton turns his attention to the champion Azrael, and then Azrael sends him right into the turnbuckle. And well, he calls this the tequila sunset because he likes tequila on a sunset, so that's why he calls it that. Oh, went for a splash but missed. And now Jose gonna go for the brainbuster and go for the cover. This would that probably would have done it had it not been for Clinton. Clinton saves it for himself. But yes, welcome to Blue Toad Land there, Blizzard. Blizzy Snowy. And then the curb stomp right to the champion. One. Oh, well, again, that would have done it had it not been for Jose this time. Then a kick to the face. And then Jose brings out Azrael, but then Azrael gets right back up. Then a clothesline. Oh! And then Azrael just spat mist in the face of Clinton, and now Clinton looks like a Smurf. Then of course End of the World or Fin de Mundo, only for him to get hit with the Clint Sasha. That's what he calls that kick move. One, two, no, kick out by Jose. The champion almost lost the title without actually losing the fight. German suplex, followed by a kick to the back by Jose. Only to be hit with the silver bullet. The silver bullet, and, well, again, broken up by Clinton this time. Oh, went for the CKO, but instead countered by Azrael. Then a running kick. Nope, countered. Meanwhile, Jose now brings in a sledgehammer and then strikes Azrael in the back with it, and then one right to the stomach to Clinton, and now has an opportunity to win. One, two, no, only a one. I almost thought for a moment that was going to do it, but then clothesline by Jose, and now a couple of punches right to the face. And then a Sister Abigail like move, but broken up by Clinton again. Then a reverse DDT onto Clinton by Jose, and now he goes after Azrael, the champ. Oh, and then the sledgehammer right to the legs, but then Azrael tries to shake it off, which he does, but I imagine he still feels the residual pain from it. And then Clinton was able to catch Azrael and now turns his attention back to Jose. And a couple of forearms right to the back. And then a chair shot right to the head of Jose on the outside, and the champion just going to sit back and let the other two go at it and kill each other, figuratively speaking. Then a sledgehammer right to the stomach. Oh, but then Azrael got hit in the back with that chair once it was thrown. Then a CKO onto Azrael, but then Jose then turns his attention to his fellow challenger and then the champion, and then goes for the pin himself. One, two, no! I don't know how Azrael is doing this, but, well, he got out of the way of that moonsault. Then gets hit with the fin de mundo again. But before Jose could pin him, Clinton comes in and clotheslines him on the top rope. In a series of strikes. Oh, nice dodge. Ooh, nice thrust kick there onto the stomach of Jose. And then a European uppercut. How apropos, I mean, the man is of Irish descent, is Clinton. Anyway, nice slingshot forearm. And now Jose brings in another kendo stick. And then hit right onto the side by Jose. And then clotheslined on the top rope again by Clinton is Jose. And then another CKO, but this time to Jose, and a pin. One, two, and Clinton has become a triple champion, but more importantly, he is the Intercontinental Champion, and now the Mushroom Kingdom Champion. Yes, we have a new Mushroom Kingdom Champion, and his name is Clinton Flippin. And then Jose's like, bruh. Well, I take nothing away from Jose because there were times I thought Jose had it won. But again, it just came down to timing, but it also came down to endurance and everything. And it was a 5-star match. But of course, not Jose, Azrael. Of course, now Azrael has the. Now, of course, Azrael still does have the a rematch clause in his back pocket, so he does have that in his favor. But if I know Azrael Black, he will be back. But now we have a rematch from the last time that these two met. It is Jen Wolverine going after the now two-time champion Liliana Lily Lancaster. And of course, Lily wants to prove that she is the definitive champion. And to do that, she has to beat Jen Wolverine. And while these two women do respect each other, they want to be the best. That's really what this all comes down to be the best, and to be the one that holds on the baby blue. So which one of these two will it be? Let's find out. Okay. But I don't blame Jose for being upset. I mean, then again, but on the other hand, he did take it out on me when on the last show of or one of the last couple of shows on CRW, like him and Jacob. So I mean, we beat the crap out of each other on that show against each other in that 30-minute tag team 2-on-2 anything goes Iron Man match, which was insane and perhaps one of the best matches that we've had, to date. All right, let's get right to it. So now I give you a now five-time former Blue Toad Wrestling World Champion, the former holder of Baby Blue, Jen Wolverine. The very best that no one ever was. Absolutely. Now I will say that the two Koopa in the Bank briefcase winners, they're still awaiting their opportunity to cash in. Now I will say this though, once once I get 2K26 and as I wrap up the tournaments, I will say that that's when the next Super Show comes in, because what's going to happen is prior to moving everything over to 2K26, I'm going to have the Koopa in the Bank briefcase winners cash in and get their opportunity at the Blue Toad Wrestling World Championships. Um, that being Stargamer and Carmelita Fox. So, in other words, they get the shot at their respective championships on what will be officially the last show of 2K24. So that's really what this tournament is truly leading up to, the transition to 2K26. That's what it's all about. Now the question is, who's going to be the champion when we get there? Let's find out. As this is for Baby Blue. And I got to say, Mitty, how did you feel being the one held that now holds the record for the most reigns as Blue Toad Wrestling World Champion? Hey, what's up, Crimson Ninja or Azria Black? That's a fair question, Carlos. I imagine that they've added that 2K added some more match types, but I imagine that it's especially now that you can have men and women fight each other, it pretty much opens up a lot of possibilities. I'm just hoping that I don't face as much trouble as that as much trouble as Midi and most of the other people that have 2K25, that it doesn't become a recurring problem in 2K26. That much I'm just hoping and praying that that's not the case for me and for everybody else. That much I will say. Match underway. One, no. Well, of course, Crimson Ninja is in time to see one of his nieces in Lily defend the championship. Now, Lily is the current champion and a two-time champion at that. Oh, but right now, Lily fighting back. But of course, Jen Wolverine never skips leg day. And then, oh, a suplex into a slam. And then, oh, and it looks like Lily gets herself a table and then uses it as a weapon. All right, now both women back inside the ring. And then Lily fighting back. But yeah, Crimson Ninja or Azrael Black, excuse me. Uh, you missed your match a match ago, but if you want to go back and watch it, you are more than welcome to. Oh, and a T-bone suplex, and part of her lower back or her lower extremities landed on that table. Oh, and then a suplex like maneuver on the table. It's like they're using that table as a launching pad or as a landing pad. And you can imagine when you land on a table like that, it's going to hurt even worse. And now Lily picks up and slams Jen once again. But I will say this though: if Lily can win, she can solidify the matchup between herself and Carmelita Fox for what is the final Super Show officially of the show. Your eyes are on a much bigger prize. I wonder what that is. I think I know what it is, but I'm not gonna assume and be wrong. But I think I know what it is, though. Meanwhile, Jen goes up to the top rope, goes for the moonsault and misses, but she does not miss that spin kick and then a running kick with those heels. Whoa, nice hops though on the part of Lily. Oh yes, the one championship you need to become a 5-star champion. Yep. Well, I mean, of course, having just lost the Mushroom Kingdom Championship, I can just put you in the Blue Toad Wrestling World Championship title division, so I could just transfer you over there, so it's not a problem. Whereas Carlos would like to be the Mushroom Kingdom champion, of course, he would love to be a champion. Period. I will do that. Oh, there we go. And then, oh, backbreaker into a clothesline. One, two, no. Well, anyway, for those just joining in, I one, two, no, hmm. Of course, the current champion just so happens to be the guy that's part of your group. Yeah, one of your boys has the championship, and that's JW Caliber. So it just so happens that your boy JW has the title. Although right now, Lily getting a little desperate trying to take out Jen, but then Jen with a spinning torture rack slam right on the floor. Now this is under no holds barred rules, so these two ladies can fight outside all they want, but to win they got to get it in the ring. But of course Jen will take her time if she needs to. I mean really though, if she would do this to Lily, who is someone that she respects and treats like family, can you imagine what she does to her enemies? Uh-oh. Oh, nice counter there again by Lily. Once again countering the spear. Now sends her over into the corner. And then does the spin kick a la X-Pac. Or the 1-2-3 kid, back in the day. I remember him. 1, 2, and Lily has finally done it. Lily has finally overcome Jen Wolverine. I mean, Jen proved to be a tough out, but in the end, Lily is still the champion. Just because the hurt is being a teammate and a friend. I'll be, but hey, doesn't hurt to ask him. I mean, of course, when you're the champ and someone challenges you, you do have the right to accept or deny. But if you want to fight the champion, definitely, you know what? Let me put your name on the list. Let me put your name on the bonus match list. Because I wouldn't be surprised if you decide to use it to fight whoever the champion is by that time. Anyway, congratulations to Lily as she now has cemented herself and Carmelita Fox as the ones to take each other on in what is to be the finale of the 2K24 era of this series. And a 4-star match. All right. We got a little over an hour for some bonus matches, so we'll try to get through these as quickly as possible. And given that we don't have as much time as we usually do, I'm just going to get right through them. So I'm not going to worry about anyone who is not here, unless, of course, that happens to be the case. But we'll go from there. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now, let me. The only thing I need to change is the fact that the Mushroom Kingdom champion is Clinton. So aside from that, everything else remains where it is. So we'll go from there. And all right. So I'm gonna go through these rapid fire again, just because we don't have as much time as we usually do. So for that reason, I just have to go with who's in the chat at this present time, and then go from there. So let's see, Patty. I haven't seen Patty in the chat. And then same thing with Damian Shelley. Um, all right, so the first name that I see that I did see in the chat is Jose Blanco. So Jose, if you're in the chat, let me know, man. All right, so Jose, are you in the chat, my friend? If so, this is your bonus match time, baby. All right. Let me catch up on the. Okay. I'll try the. I'll try to put on the um, game audio in a moment. But anyway, Jose Blanco, if you're in the chat, let me know. I don't know if you can hear me. But yes, Jose Blanco, if you're in the chat, let me know. I'll give him 10 more seconds. Again, I don't want to take this. I don't want this thing to take longer than it should. Okay. So let's see. Next up is Blaze, but I know he's not here. And then Kelly's actually helping out Atticus with his show, so I know she's not here. Then we have same thing with Lissa, except she's the sis, or of course she's related to the Black family. And so then the next name is Carlos Larry. So Carlos, if you're here, uh, you get yourself a bonus match. All right, so you're here. All right, so what kind of match are you? What kind of match do you have in mind, my friend? I'll be interested to see what kind of match Carlos is looking forward to, my friend. My friends, I should say. You'll go. Oh, okay. Is it 1-on-1, 2-on-2, triple threat, fatal four way, or even a 5 superstar match? Because oh, let's. All right, let's see. How far am I on the list? Not that far, actually. I mean, of course, you have a few other, but some I haven't seen, and because we're doing this rapidly. All right, let me put Sly Cooper's name on there. If I can get this stupid pen to work. Thank you. There we go. Oh, 1-on-1? All right. And all right, let's pick a different one here. And you know what? Let's go to Greed. But now the question is, well, who are you going to fight? Or do you want something completely different in the sense of a fantasy match or something? I don't know. Well, let's find out. But if it's if it's you against an opponent, well, who's your opponent then? I'll go through some of these names if I need to, but yeah, just let me know, Carlos. Who's your opponent, my friend? I hope you can hear me. Okay, cool. Oh, of course. Oh yeah, of course. There's Griffin Gamer. I did give him a new move set. I got to double check to see if I gave him a red shell, but either way. So there's Griffin if you want to fight him, but oh, or maybe you can't hear me. I don't know. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, Austin Theory. Okay. All right. Let me get Mr. Austin Theory. Hmm. That's kind of interesting because Brandon wanted to fight him not that long ago. But all right. Yep. Austin Theory. All right. Let me make sure. All right. Austin Theory. You got it. All right. So let me. Well, good luck to you, Carlos, in your bonus match. But okay. So as far as who's next on the list among the people that are here, so next up would be Joshua, but of course he left to go to bed. And then Chun Li and Mai are Arkham's girls, but I'm not sure if Arkham himself is still in the chat. But Arkham, if you are in the chat, let me know. And then, of course, your girl Chun Li will be up first. That is, if you are in the chat. And then, of course, we have Diamond Sky, who is, of course, AJ's sis. So if AJ Bro is in the chat, let me know, and then we'll just go from there. But up first is the man who is not just a theory, he's Austin Theory. Oh, she is? I mean, then again, she's a lot of she's most people's favorite fighters. I mean, I myself included. I mean, I also like Cammy and some of the other girls. And then if I had to pick the guys, I would probably pick like Ryu and Ken and um, I forget some of the other guys, but those are the two favorite dudes. If I was playing that. Oh, AJ's at Atticus's show. All right, cool, cool. Well, as soon as he comes in and we still have time to do bonus matches, then great. If not, I'll just move on to the next person and so on and so forth. It's not a problem. Now, of course, to be fair to AJ and most everybody else, like I understand if no one thought I was going to be doing a show. Like heck, I didn't think I was going to do one until last night when I found out that I wouldn't be able to do it on a Saturday night given how busy I'm going to be. So I don't blame anybody for not planning on this cuz again, I don't blame anybody really. I just blame happenstance really, but again, it cannot be helped. It just happens like that. All right. Well, right now Austin Theory is starting to overpower Carlos, but Carlos, I give him credit for even though he attacked Austin Theory before the match, Austin Theory was able to overturn it in his favor. And if anything, I'd imagine he'd be the one guy that could give Carlos some trouble, given his pedigree of being a professional wrestler. And now is stomping on his hand. Come on. But then again, it is Extreme Rules, so I suppose I should have expected this. Now he throws him right back inside. BTW is nearing that time of year that time of year of again 10 days away. In fact, wait, what do you mean? Oh, nice chop block though. And now looking to go for the. I just got in the stream. What's going on? Well, this is our show called Blue Toad Wrestling, and think of it as the best way to describe Blue Toad Wrestling is like a riot at Let's Make a Deal. Is nearing that time of the year again. Oh, you mean the Super Bowl? If that's what you mean, then yeah, I get it. I totally understand. One, oh, your birthday, and then, oh no, what's going on here? Scripps? What the hell is he doing here? And he goes right after Carlos. Well, that's awesome that you're going to have a birthday, and then a takedown. I never realized how tall Carlos is, either that or how small Scripps is. But now he goes right back to Austin Theory with that sledgehammer. And then nice reverse DDT onto Scripps. But I got to give Carlos Larry a lot of credit for just, you know, holding off the attack of Scripps. And then a pump handle gut buster. And then going up to the top rope. Oh, went for the Spyro tap, but missed. Or rather, Austin Theory got out of the way, but can you get out of this? The Carlos Clash. The Carlos Clash. One, two. No! Kick out by Austin Theory. I was not expecting that. I wonder what. I think the only possible birthday gift you would want would be a shot at the title if you really really wanted to coordinate with you for a stream for your birthday. If you, I still do streams for birthdays. It's just that because I had no idea that your birthday was in 10 days, I'm like, okay, now I might need to think about it. It'd be one thing if I had known ahead of time considerably, but then again, I don't just do it for anybody, but I am open to the idea. I just have to think about how to do it. That's all. And mind you, I'm still using, what is it? 2K24, so there's still that. Unless you want to play Switch games or something like that. And I recognize that, of course, And now, wait a minute. Now what's going on? What Akira Tozawa? What is he doing here? Oh, UFC? Well, I do have. I imagine. Wait. Whoa. Nice. Went for the. I was so busy looking at the match. Hmm. Well, I do have a PS5. So one way I could do it is, what is it? Get your PSN, but for my PS5 though, because well, my PSN on the PS5 is a different one. So what I could do is I can send you my PSN for the PS5 because I mentioned this story to Mitty, but I'll mention this here with you is that uh, my old account that is my PSN that is on the PS4 is attached to an old email that I no longer have access to. So in other words, I had to create a new PSN with the current email that I have right now on my PS5. So in other words, I'll send you my PSN for that, and then you can add me there. So I have no issue with or not an issue, but I I do like the idea of doing a, a co-commentary if that's what you're thinking of, or at the very least booking the show. But I appreciate the fact that it doesn't have to be on that day, so that helps a lot. So I like that. And now going for the calf crusher, and he taps out, but you got to do it in the ring. But right now it's a 4-star match and going. And another Carlos clash, but again, you got to get him in the ring. Oh, so you want to book a show? Okay. Hmm. And it's kind of funny because I had a show booked before then. But yes, we can commentate on it. I think really the only matches I wouldn't be able to change would be the tournament finals because I have a tournament finals for the men's heavyweight and the women's championship. But aside from that, I can book everything else. It I'm open to that idea. Anyway, now going for another Carlos clash. One, two, three. Oh, I think I do know. And as that happens, Carlos does win against Austin Theory. I mean, Austin proved to be a much tougher out, but of course it didn't help that Scripps got involved, and then Tozawa was just there to distract Theory, which I have still no idea why that happened. But regardless, Carlos does win, and that was a 5-star match. Okay, so all right, I'm going to start with Arkham 500 on behalf of his girls, Chun Li and Mai. So, Arkham, are you in the chat? If you are, let me know. Well, let me know. I'll give him a couple of minutes. Among the people that I have seen before in the chat, that is. Mm-hmm. So, at the very least, I can, like, maybe not this weekend, but the following weekend, I can. Um, it would probably be the earliest I can do the collaboration, and then I'll post the card. So I can do that for uh, the not this weekend, but the following one. Great work, Tozawa. So did Spike Ryan pay Tozawa to distract him? Yeah. So I'll be interested to see how Azrael does. Well, it'll be the first time in a while that I think it'll be the first time in a long time that I commentated with him. All right, 30 more seconds, and then I have to go to Diamond Sky or to AJ in the chat if he's still in the chat. And by the same token, I'll give AJ 2 minutes himself. Oh, Oh yeah, let me check really quickly. But before I do, three, two, one. Okay, so now AJ has a little less than 2 minutes to. Uh, oh, never mind. There he is. So AJ, your sister Diamond Sky is up next on the bonus match list. So let's find out what you have in store for your sis. And and I'll quickly check on the tournament really quickly. Takes a little moment. Takes a little minute to upload. Oh, that's right. Last time Carlos Larry actually beat you to make it to the finals against Captain Danger. So, but I mean, it's your birthday. I can still give you the title fight. But then, if you win, then you'd have to fight either Carlos or Captain Danger in defending that championship. So, but yeah, I had to remember that that's where it was. I believe in AJ. Not the AJ. Well, I mean, he is the AJ, man. Oh, wow. So it's she won't be able to challenge for Vera's title, but if she does win, she gets a shot at your many championships. Oh, all right. Well, hey. Well, you know what? Warrior Empress did how do I put this? Um she did want to be on the card for the next show, so I'm like, well, if she does win, then at least I have a reason to put her on the show or on the main card. So only fitting that we do it if I can find it. The Queen's Crown. Let's go over there. And then what kind of match is this going to be between you and the Warrior Empress? That's fine with you? Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I see what you did, Spike Ryan. A submission only? Okay. And do you want it just like a traditional one or the WrestleMania 13 version? Because there's a big difference. The WrestleMania 13 version was that it was no countouts, no disqualifications, but otherwise you still have to submit. So the reason I call it the WrestleMania 13 version is because that's the one that was used in WrestleMania 13 in what is considered the greatest match in WrestleMania history between Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, so all right, so I will get the WrestleMania 13 version of it. You got it. No rope breaks, no count. Yep, that's exactly what the rules are. All right, so we get the Warrior Empress against Diamond Sky, and what outfit are you looking at, Miss Diamond Sky? The first one? All right, interesting. All right, so we have Warrior Empress against Diamond Sky. Hey, what's up, Iron Smasher? And yes, I'm happy to say that you. I imagine you must have watched your match from much early in the show. In fact, it was the first match of the show. But it's great to see you, though. I want to say that you did, but either way, how are you, man? So we have the Warrior Empress and Diamond Sky. I think this is the first time that they fought each other, or if they did, it's the first time in a long time. All right. And we're live in Sheffield, England. I'm going to turn on the sound here.
The following champion versus champion contest is a no-holds-barred
There we go.
match. Making her way to the ring from the Queen City.
So there you see Empress Alicia,
The
the Warrior
Warrior
Empress,
Princess
who
Empress.
just recently won the Divas Championship. Oh, you're working? It's kind of not right that Warrior Empress can waltz right back in and demand for a Queen's Crown Championship. She has to earn it. Well, I mean, this is her chance to prove it, and if she can, this could just as easily backfire on you. Well,
And
but
from Dallas, Texas,
of course, Diamond Sky has every right to be
NCW Women's
confident given the
Champion
fact that she
and
is the
the
Cyberspace
Women's
Federation
World
World Champion. Of course, if she's not, let me know.
Champion,
Out of character.
Diamond
But she
Sky.
has so many championships. It's like, and she has even more in the back, but she could only take two with her. That's yeah, that is a good question though. Of course, that's up to AJ. I mean, this is his championship. I only have as much authority until given otherwise. All right, here we go. Oh, I see. She wants to save it for a big show, like a super show or something, which I look forward to that. And as that happens, Diamond Sky now going for a suplex right on the apron. Yeah, of course, with AJ's busy schedule, it's just really a matter of getting the time to do it, and so I totally understand where AJ's coming from. So until then, now going for a surfboard stretch, but nope, got out of it. And then a jump kick. So even though you see the clock and it's set for an hour, it's not an Iron Woman match. This is just a one fall match that's set for 60 minutes if it had to go that long. Nice drop kick off of a slingshot. Then going off the ropes. Oh, and then just just pounded her on the back and then kicks her in the head, and now starting to work on the hamstrings, but doesn't stay down for long. Does Diamond Sky? And then oh no wait, a roll up, but of course you can't win by pin. You gotta get a submission. And now uh, going for the Empire Cloverleaf or Imperial Cloverleaf. But then countered, thrown over the top rope. Let me just make sure everything's going good. All right, cool. All right. Nice front flip, though. And might have went for one front flip too many. But I imagine that each of them have done homework on the other. I mean, I'd imagine both these ladies have, done homework in knowing what the other is going to do before the other one does it. Oh, and then smashes a guitar right on the head of Diamond Sky. Although I think that might have just made her mad and deliver a the pyro strike, and then now striking the back, and now a kick to the face. Now trying to outstretch the arms and just bend him in a way it's not supposed to bend, and then a backbreaker right to the back, just working her over. I can't even talk. Well, Diamond Sky gets back inside the ring, but now goes up to the top. What's she gonna do? Well, decides better of it. But then Alicia gets right back in. But I think that might have been a trap. Now going for the sky bar, and well, manages to escape. And then AJ was like, "Sis, don't get jiggy with it. Nah, 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 nah." Although right now her AJ sis, Diamond Sky, is in the Imperial Cloverleaf or maybe even the Texas Cloverleaf, as if to take a move from Texas. Then another front flip. Oh, nice counter there. And, well, both women get right back in. And then a somersault kick and then a clothesline in the corner. But then Alicia, let's see, what's she going to do? Oh, now gets a kendo stick. And then hits her in the head with it. Oh, misses the second time, though. And now, once again, going for the cloverleaf. Can she do it? Nope, countered. And then a couple of misses, although she didn't miss with that hand. And then, well, unfortunately, Diamond Sky did a bad thing. She taunted when she should not have. And now, and then the royal spin, but this time missed. I was forgetting most of the moves that, you know, that Warrior Empress called, but I did remember that one, the royal spin. But unfortunately, she missed, and Diamond Sky took advantage of the sky bar and got the job done.
Here is your winner, Diamond Sky.
Well, so much for an opportunity at Diamond Sky's championships, but congratulations to Diamond Sky. But of course, like James Bond, she will be back. Well, Alicia. Okay, so we got a little over 30 minutes to get to our next match, and that match will feature Violet now. So it was just fortunate enough that Violet was not long after Diamond Sky, so, well, I give Diamond Sky credit. She is a good sport. But for Warrior Empress, for Alicia, she will go back to the drawing board, but we'll see her again not that long after this. Oh my gosh! Say her name and she appears. I believe in Alicia. Oh, well, wow. Okay, so championships. Let's see. Let me start at the top. You could fight the current champion, the world champion, but for her United States championship, you are qualified for it. I mean, you are a former world champion, so you do qualify for that. And then you're not big on submission matches. I see. Oh, okay. Or you can defend one of your championships if you want to Alicia if you decide to. Let's see. Then there's the ECW champion in Emily Elvis. Then of course the IWGP Women's Championship by uh, your Starlight Crusaders tag team partner Andromeda, and then you hold this title, and then there's the NXT title. Oh, the IC champion? That just so happens to be Mitty. Mitty is the champ. So yeah, Mitty's the champion. In fact, if I go to universe mode, let's take a look. We're gonna take a look at something. I don't know if you want to fight her though. Oh, the cyberspace tag team title? Oh yeah, let me do this really quickly. Okay, yep, still are the tag. Hmm. Well, well, like you always say, Alicia, that's only just gonna make you more determined. I mean, you even said it yourself. Like when you have your mindset on doing something, it just makes you that much more determined. To quote you. Okay, so I guess we're gonna be going to cyberspace for this match. Oh, right now we're at Violet, but again, we only have a limited time. But if we don't get to it, that's fine. We'll by the time we get to the next Blue Toad Wrestling show, you'll be much more closer by then as opposed to now. But hey, never say never. But it's more likely given how much time I have because I still have to get ready to go to work and get ready for bed and go to work tomorrow, which it sucks. Okay, cool, cool. All right, back to the match and okay, so it's 2-on-2, but what kind of match is this between you and Andromeda and the tag team champions? You can you can go for it. Just Vera busted her, but in a 30 women gauntlet to get that title. If you earn a shot by beating Vera, you'll get it. Okay, a 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to use extreme rules for that. All right, so we got we get Violet, and then what outfit? Uh, the outfit that makes Lucian blush, or your Princess of the Fairies, or your Princess of the Fairies outfit, and then Andromeda. Are you sure, AJ? All right. Well, and then for Andromeda, I usually put her second attire if she doesn't like the team that she's facing, but she does, so I'll leave it at that one. Let me use. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Oh, you're talking out of character. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. And then if I remember correctly, it was yeah, it was Crushing Kelly and LD that were the champions. I just wanted Vera to feel like she earned that title and wants to make you proud on holding that title. Hmm. She always did make me proud. Well, it is food for thought though, AJ, but hey, who knows? Oh, I did not mean to pick that one. I meant to go to this here. Let me change rules here. Falls count anywhere. And then let me get a shovel. Yeah, shovel. And then a guitar. And then I'll put a barbed wire bat. Right. Make sure I put the title on the line. But this is for the. So we have the women's cyberspace tag team world championship. So I imagine that AJ will change it if we have a new champion. So we'll find out if the Mythic Elite, which is of course the team of LD and Crushing Kelly, will retain, or if the Starlight Crusaders become the new champions in Cyberspace Federation. Let's find out. Uh, no, that's not how we're going to find out. Not by burping. All right, so now we got Violet's match, and unless this goes really quickly, this might be the last match. So again, I'll keep an eye on the time, but if it goes long, then this might just be the last match. But it is what it is. But it would be something to be the women's world champion. So yeah, the current champion is Liliana Lily Lancaster, and recently she just defended against a former champion in Jen Wolverine. What do you think, TJ? In terms of you challenging, I think it's awesome. In fact, let me check the tournament really quickly. I was looking at of course. Oh, and of course we have so we have Violet, and now we have Andromeda. Now I will say this though, um, Alicia, you are in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Now, of course, if you win the Queen of the Ring, you do get a championship match. Of course, this will take place in 2K26, but just know that you'd be getting the next shot after that, or into 2K26. I can't talk. So that's one way of gaining the shot, though. And of course, it's a champion. It's a tournament that a lot of women,
And from Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
as well as its male
one
counterpart,
half of the
have entered,
Women's
but
World
only a select few have ever won.
Universal
But
Tag
then again, that's just the
Team
point. You
Champions
know,
and
you win the
one half
tournament,
of the NXT
it
Women's
goes
Tag
on
Team
to make your career. I
Champions,
mean, we've seen what
Shannon
happened with
Kelly.
AJ. I mean, basically AJ became King of the Ring, and now he's a star. Of course, it's not the only path, but it certainly helps. And speaking of world champions, here's a former world champion in Crushing Kelly. And we did see her early in the show against Vera. Of course, she is also the owner and proprietor of Blood Moon Wrestling Federation, as well as the general manager of Chaos Regional Wrestling. That's a good question. And then, of course, you have the um,
And
proprietor,
from
or
the
the
city of
owner, I should say,
Indianapolis, one half of
or general
the
manager, so to
Women's
speak,
World
of Mythic Legends
Universal
Wrestling.
Tag Team
Of course, the actual
Champions
owner is
and
Greg.
one
Well,
half
I
of
mean,
the
that's the guy
NXT
behind the
Women's
character of
Tag Team
LD,
Champions, the
who is the
Queen
one in charge of the show.
Demon,
But LD, of course, is
Kelly.
the one in charge when Greg is not. Oh yes, and yep, you have been Oh, I think you meant to say re-signed, not resigned. But no, I'm trying to get some time off of work to do some type of big show. So, so yeah, AJ. Well, it was supposed to be re-signed, like like this, not resigned as in you quit or anything like that. I just wanted to make it clear. So of course, Alicia is coming in with a new enterprise called Unity Wrestling Entertainment. Oh, of course, and well, hey, if AJ needs help with the booking and whatnot, Alicia can help you with that. And let me turn on the heater again. Now it's starting to get cold again. All right, here we go. And before I forget, there we go. So I just wanted to put the score up. But the team that gets 2 out of 3 falls will win the match. So now, of course, you have Crushing Kelly and Andromeda, mother and daughter fighting each other. But again, this is not the first time that they've fought each other. In fact, Andromeda won her first singles title at the expense of her mother, to which her mother would, in joking fashion, would say, "You little brat." I mean, you can say it, but you're more than welcome to change it if it happens. But go for it then. Anyway, going for the pin and broken up um, by Violet. Oh, and a spin kick right to Mama Kelly. Now it is false count anywhere, so the referee will definitely have her work cut out for her. Is Jessica Carr? Wait, Cedric Alexander in the no holds barred match? I got to check to see if I even have Cedric. I think he. This was when he was still with the company. So if he is, great. Oh yeah, that's right. He is still with the company, or at least he was in this game. Of course, I'll do that as a bonus match, but I'm good with that. And now going for the Dragon's Bite, but Crushing Kelly gets out of it. Then a backbreaker to LD. And now going for a cover on Andromeda, but nope, kicked out. And then nice drop kick on to Violet. And now a pin inside the ring on Violet. Nope, kick out by Violet. And then Crushing Kelly with, oh, and a silver bullet. I don't know if you saw, but Andromeda landed on that sledgehammer on the ground. 1, 2, and I don't know how Andromeda kicked out, but she did. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Well, hey, I don't blame you. Now going for the, well, she was going for the Sister Abigail, but took too long. Then the Princess flip, but broken up by Crushing Kelly. Now Violet switches off on Crushing Kelly, and a power bomb. Not too often you see Violet use a power bomb. And now going for the, I forget what she calls it, the dragon bite or the violet bite, I think. I forget what she calls it. But now going for a modified figure 4, trying to take out the knees. Was, ooh, oh, that would be something. The battle of the masked men, because as you know, Sly. Who knows? You know what, Sly? I gotta ask you seriously, Sly. If I was to make a second attire, could I put you in a suit? You know, could I put you in a, you know, like the suit that you wore in one of your games? You know, the one where you danced with Carmelita. Well, Carmelita was wearing a black dress and everything. I would love to have you guys like in a tuxedo mask match. Like if I'm gonna do it, like let's go all out, man. All right, I will do it. I'll just have to look at the source material, but as that happens, going for the pin, and ooh, and while we were so busy talking, I just noticed that Violet got a fall. So either Violet or Andromeda just need to get one more fall to win the match and the championships. And now the referee going for the, oh, broken up by LD. That probably would have done it had it not been for LD. And then the Death Wish, I imagine she adopted, or I imagine she came up with the move and that she taught it to Vera, the Death Wish, which is that spinning back fist or Hurricane. Or perhaps maybe someone else taught her that, because I don't recall Crushing Kelly ever learning that move. And a tap out by LD, and we have new Cyberspace Federation Tag Team Champions. And all right, so Violet's done. Okay. All right, so good news. I do have enough time for one more match. I got time for one more match, but then after that, that's it. So of the people that are still here, I'm not sure if Jesse Jackhammer's still in the chat, but we do have new Cyberspace Federation Tag Team Champions. So for Violet, I mean, Violet is a former world champion in Cyberspace Federation, but she is now a tag team champion. Yep, absolutely, Alicia. But I'm just going by like from the top of the list down, and let me just check on. All right, let me exit out here, and then I'll give Jesse about a little over 30 minutes to answer the call. If not, I will move on to my next name, and then so on and so forth until somebody answers it. And it could be you, but but I don't want to speak too soon. As in, I don't want to get your hopes up. But there's still that. But anyway. Okay, 10 more seconds for Jesse Jackhammer if he's still in the chat. I was trying to sleep but couldn't. Mm, that happens from time to time with me. So I get you. Okay, so after Jesse is Cheyenne. So Cheyenne, it turns out you get the final match. And if you want to involve Miss Warrior Empress, by all means, go for it. Whether it's fighting her or teaming up with her. I'm just giving you a little hint there. But let's find out what Cheyenne says. Now, of course, if Cheyenne wants to pass, then I'll go from there. But congratulations to the Starlight Crusaders on becoming the Cyberspace Federation Tag Team Champions of the World. But I imagine that the rematch will be the natural draw for the next big show that AJ has planned. I'll let Spike have his since he let Brenda have hers. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, well, I'll keep your name on the list, Cheyenne. But if Cheyenne wants to give it to, we'll give her bonus match to Ryan, Spike Ryan. Then that's fine. So yeah, if you have a character and the character wants to give it to somebody else, then that character has the right to do it. So for Spike Ryan, then what is your bonus match? Oh wait, you said Cedric Alexander in a no holds barred match. I do want to confirm that if that is true. And how apropos, we're going to go to No Mercy. But no, that's not how it's going to end. Yes? All right, cool. Let me see. Cedric is yeah, Cedric is in there. Okay. And then Spike Ryan, I'll give you your second outfit just so you can show it off. You probably would beat me there, Carlos, because I've only played like Street Fighter 2 in the arcades. Like I've only won maybe 2, 3 fights. So I've only won 3 battles, but again, that was like long, long time ago. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. So of course, Spike Ryan very upset with what Cedric Alexander did on the most recent episode of Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, or TNA. So Spike wants to get his hands on Cedric Alexander. So anyway, so this is the last match of the show. But for those who didn't get a bonus match, you guys will care. you guys is you'll still be on the list
is
carried
a
over into the next
no
show.
holds barred match. Making his way to
Of
the
course, I
ring
also have
from
another fighting
Charlotte,
show,
North Carolina,
Alicia, if you're
weighing in
interested,
at
and I do have room.
205,
UFC,
Alexander.
if Warrior Princess or Warrior Empress is interested in that. And as that happens, Spike Ryan was not going to wait for that. All right, absolutely. And I imagine you want me to make you as close to the Warrior Empress as I can possibly make it, given the limitations of the game. Just to confirm. Yep, that could happen. Just as much as it could happen that we could see Empress in a Queen of the Ring match. Or some other match, really. But as that happens, a stomp right to the face. Now goes off the ropes. And of course, Alexander hadn't even gotten his jacket off. I don't watch a lot of boxing, though. Oh, okay. Okay, now it's starting to look a little choppy. Oh, come on, game. Okay, there you go. Wait, one, two. All right, not a problem there, Cheyenne. But it's a lot more than boxing. You're also wrestling. You're also doing some judo. I mean, it's like you're doing a mix of things. And now trying to work on the arm. But of course, one thing you want to give, one thing that I should always stress is that when you have these actual professional wrestlers, they know what they're doing. And now getting hit with that shovel, but then Spike Ryan takes that away and now starts hammering him with that shovel himself. I did do basketball, but what I found was that the NBA 2K series, when it comes to like the creation suite, what I found was that it takes forever to make a player. Now, sure, I was able to do it like the last time I did it, I was able to do it because I had the free time to do it. But nowadays, I don't even have that. Now, of course, if a new series comes along, or if NBA Live ever comes back, and it doesn't even cause me as half as much trouble as the 2K series did, then I might actually do it. But that's the problem. Like the creation suite, it takes forever in terms of like getting it's it's not so much the look, but it's the attributes, like getting it to a certain level and everything like that. But doing that for all the characters, it takes forever to get through it. I'm serious. But there's no doubt I would have wanted to do that. I just found it cumbersome. That's all. Although if although like I said, if NBA Live ever comes back, I mean the last time they released one was the 2019 version. So if somehow I find that, or if it's on sale, or if it's available as a throwback or something like that, I might actually get that. Even if the players might not be up to date, but hey, if it works, then it works. That's all I will say. But I'll try that. Yeah, and then when I did do the series, I would have put you on the Lakers just to give you, you know, just to put that in perspective. But yeah, I probably, as you know, in the older games, the creative players were dudes, and then in order to make women, I would have had to do the Mulan treatment. And if you know, you know. So if I could do it, I'd have done it that way. Anyway, congratulations to Spike Ryan though. Oh, you did. Awesome. Well, hey, I hope you had a fun time at the game. Well, very interesting there, Carlos. All right, well, this is going to do it for our show. Until then, this is to Jew 22 signing off. Let me see if anyone is still streaming. Very interesting. Anyway, just looking at. Okay, never mind. Well, until then, this is to Jew 22 signing off, and not a bad end screen there. But until then, I will see you tomorrow, and I'll just say this. Um, there is going to be a show, but it's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on AJ's channel, so I'm going to share that with you tomorrow night. But until then, to Jew 22, signing off. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.